This is the second of the 3 tutorials. The purpose of this tutorial is to demonstrate and explain the most common examples of plagiarism. For the purpose of this tutorial, we will use a sample from a document which will be used for demonstrating different examples of plagiarism. The sample that will be used is the definition of e-learning according to Tutor. The sample that will be used is as follows. E-learning is commonly referred to the intentional use of networked information and communications technology in teaching and learning. A number of other terms are also used to describe this mode of teaching and learning. They include online learning, virtual learning, distributed learning, network, and web-based learning. The first example is copying and pasting text without using any references. As you can see, the author of this example uses exactly the same text as the original source, but he does not use any references or quotation marks. In the second example, the author uses quotation marks in order to show that the text is taken from another source, but he fails to include the reference at the end of the text. It is very important to include a reference at the end, as you show where the text is taken from. As you can see, the third example is concerned with copying and pasting text using reference, but no quotations marks. It is essential to put the data from the original source in quotation marks so that the examiner and the reader knows what data you took from another source. This example is concerned with paraphrasing. As it was discussed in the previous tutorial, paraphrasing is also regarded as plagiarism. Although this document might seem different from the original text, it has the exact same meaning and idea as the original source. The author of this document took the original text and changed the words with similar ones in order to make it look different. The purpose of writing a document is all about expressing your knowledge and personal ideas. Although some people might argue that this example might not be considered as plagiarism, it is again plagiarism, as the author of this document failed to demonstrate his own ideas and knowledge on the subject. By interpreting the words of a document and passing them as your own, you do not show that you understand the meaning of the original source. Besides, if this technique was not wrong, then students would have been changing the words of whole documents and passing them as their own. This example demonstrates paraphrasing with partly referencing. It is considered plagiarism, as the author again uses the meaning and ideas from another source. Although the author did reference correctly a part of the original source, it is again considered plagiarism, as the first part of the document is not referenced. Also, the author, by paraphrasing a large amount of text from the original source, fails to demonstrate his own thoughts and ideas. This slide demonstrates another form of plagiarism. According to this example, although the author is using quotation marks and referencing at the end of the text, he is using wrong referencing source. This example is presenting a combination of 2 previously demonstrated examples of plagiarism. The author of this example fails to use citation in this text, but he also includes a wrong reference at the end of the document. It is important to have in mind that university regulations allow about 15% of plagiarism allowance in an essay. If a student copies and pastes large amount of text and properly reference it, it might again be considered as plagiarism, as the text might be too big. The main aim of writing an essay is for the student to reflect his own ideas and knowledge.